Hey people. Okay, a little bit of backstory. I am in my second semester of my first year of college. I'm in a speech course and my professor was like, if you enter in this speech contest with your informative speech, you get an extra 50 points of extra credit. I've never done a competition like this. My to-do list right now is try on my speech outfit, see if it's ugly. If it is, then I have to figure something else out. Revise my speech, and then practice my speech with the revised script, time it, get it down. It needs to be 6 to 8 minutes. And then number 4, the speech competition is Friday. It starts at 9:30 and then the finals round is at 1. I have a shift at 1:30. So I need to get with my speech professor and see if either I can do, if I make it to finals, do the round at like 12:45 instead. And if not, then I might just not be able to go to the finals round, but we'll have to see. Other than that, I already have submitted my slides. I don't need to worry about those. I just need to practice with them. I'm going to try on my outfit first because it came in today. The packages are a little small, which makes me nervous because it makes me think it's like cheap and thin, but the reviews were good, so we're going to see. I wore what I normally would to like a job interview to perform a speech in class, and she said it wasn't formal enough, which like she was low-key right, but I don't own any more formal clothes. Okay, I'm taking you guys over here so I can do an unboxing. I think these are supposed to be the pants. Okay, well actually they don't feel too bad. This is the little cardigan. This is my dress shirt. Okay, so here it is. The pants are a little bit bigger than I expected, so I might look a little Amish, but it's okay. It's also, I think it might just be the lighting, but I feel like my boobs are really pronounced. And I'd like for them not to think I'm a girl, so we'll see if I can do anything about that. I'm gonna take a brief intermission, clean my room, and then do a Spanish quiz that's due tonight, and then I'll come back and update you guys. Ew, what the hell? Okay, it's low-key the next day. I did everything I said I was gonna do last night. Like, I cleaned my room and, you know, whatever else I said I was gonna do, I did it. My speech competition is... I hope never, because I've just been choking on my words all day, so. My speech competition is tomorrow, and good news, I got the first part of my shift covered at work, so now I can compete in the finals. I don't think I'll be able to stay for the awards ceremony portion, but we'll see. I'm hoping to make the top 6. Out of, I think there's 19 of us competing, I think I can make top 6. I don't know if I can win because, again, I don't know what I'm going up against. I know the classmates of mine who are participating, but there's multiple speech professors and speech classes at my campus, so it could be from anywhere. I just know there's 19 total, but I don't know how good the other speeches are. It's something that I have put quite a lot of work into, but it doesn't define anything for me. Like, I got a good grade on the speech for my class. Just participating in this competition is going to give me extra credit for my speech course anyway, so even if I don't place / advance, at least I got some credit, you know? So now I'm gonna make a few changes in my speech. I'm going to try to memorize my quotations so I can still make eye contact with the judges while I read those. And then I'm gonna go through my speech over and over and over again. Where's my fucking... Oh. I opened Instagram for literally 2 seconds, and I've just been looking at reels of Dennis Whitaker and Robbie Robinovich. I don't know his first name. Okay, back to the grind. Okay, I'm gonna run through my whole speech again and try to get it with these quotations down to a T, and I'll report back. It's T-minus 11 hours until my competition. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you can hear me over my fan. That's not what I'm trying to be honest about, but I'm just giving a little disclosure. I'm feeling pretty confident. Even though I haven't done a speech competition before, I was still in theater in high school. I've done a lot of public speaking, just not in like an informational context. Let's run through this shit. Okay, I just did my speech with the quotations from memory. I think I would at least get top 6, okay? I did pause a little bit, but I'm gonna run through it a few more times. But I got them mostly. Like, I don't think I'll completely blank tomorrow. But I guess we'll see. Oh, also, bruh. I just straight up was about to say that entire sentence, filming my fucking window. I don't know if I said this, but the speech has to be 6 to 8 minutes, but the one we did in class has to be 5 to 7. So my teacher was like, slow down. You're going really fast. But mind you, none of my peer critique said to slow down. But I will say, even though my peers didn't say anything about it, the panel of judges I'll be performing in front of tomorrow are my professor's age. So I feel like it is a worthy critique, and she's not saying it to make me feel bad. Nothing she has said has made me feel bad also. I am just a fast talker, like I'm doing it right now. Anyway, all that being said, my original speech was 5 to 7 minutes. Now it has to be 6 to 8. But I just timed the one I did, and it was 7 minutes and 2 seconds. So I'm right in the, like, golden spot. Worst comes to worst, I don't advance, and then I don't make it to finals, and then, you know, whatever. Like, it was a collegiate speech competition. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna keep going through my speech, and then I'm gonna hang out with my girlfriend, and then probably, I don't know, probably go to bed. I have not been getting good sleep, like, at all. I was talking to it with my therapist today. Therapy is so important. And listen, this is a side note. Actually, I don't care about telling you guys about how I'm not sleeping, because, like, what's new? I'm going to tell you about this. If you have struggled with therapy because you tend to intellectualize your feelings or process them and think through them and analyze them so quick that you feel like you don't feel them, or if you feel like therapy hasn't ever worked for you because you tell them about these deep existential feelings that you're having about life, and they say, have you tried a breathing exercise? And you're like, yes, I have been feeling these things and trying to ground myself since I was a child. Find a neurodivergent therapist. I am telling you, it is one of the most life-changing things I have ever done. She somehow understands the nuances of what I'm saying without me having to completely divulge them, which I found myself always having to do with past psychiatrists and therapists. I felt like I was constantly trying to explain myself to someone that was never going to fully grasp it, so it just felt fruitless, and I felt so defeated. Also, this is not a BetterHelp sponsorship. I have had bad experiences with BetterHelp. Please let me know if you have had a better one, because, you know, I think that therapy should be an accessible thing, and I think that BetterHelp, the general idea of it is good in theory, but I had tried it when I was a teenager, and it was not successful for me. I had a really bad experience with multiple therapists, but that's besides the point. Anyway, finding the therapist really makes the difference. It's also the self-work. A lot of people complain that their therapists aren't helping them, but they're not trying the things that therapists are recommending. I know that there is a lot of gray area there. I know that a lot of things don't feel helpful, and people don't even start to try them because why would I do this? I already know it's not going to help me. But what I ask you to do is, when you're given advice, whether it's by a psychologist or whether it's someone who has invested care into you, is just humor them, if anything. Even if you don't think it's going to work, just humor them and treat it as if it is something that is genuinely going to change your life and affect the way you think and feel. I say this all the time, but healing is like, I'd say 25% medication, therapy, all that stuff. 75% of it is doing the uncomfortable and horrible and painful work to accept the fact that for a long time you've been comfortable in this feeling of isolation and sadness and depression. And it's hard to get better because intrinsically you do want to stay there. And that's not a bad thing. That's not to say that people with depression are attention seeking. That's not to say that they want to be in the place they are. I've been there. What I am saying is that when you have lived in this place of comfortability for so long and dealt with these feelings in your own way for so long, you don't know anything outside of that. And as humans, we fear the unknown. Why would you want to explore yourself outside of these feelings you have turned into integral parts of your identity? That's scary, that's terrifying, that's like reinventing yourself. So of course people are going to tend to stay in those bubbles of depression and self-isolation because you haven't ever known anything outside of it, especially with people who have dealt with mental health issues since they were children. All of that being said, the only reason that I can say that I am in a better place mentally is because I had to realize that not all, okay, it's chemical. Again, this is not me saying it's all in your head. It is chemical. It is a physical, biological, chemical imbalance in your brain. But once you get the pills and once you get that chemical imbalance gone, it is so much work you have to do to recognize your own feelings, your own preferences, your own comfortability, because healing is not comfortable. Healing is not this beautiful linear thing, which, you know, we all know that. We've all seen healing isn't linear. We've seen that quote. But it really isn't. And it's not just ups and downs. It's forwards and backs, and it's starting over, and it's feeling like it's ending and then plateauing, and it's this horrible roller coaster of retracing the outline of who you are as a person. I'm not trying to sound like the woke friend. What I am saying is that if you feel helpless, if you feel sad, if you feel like you've never been able to find help or solace in any mental health professional, find one that suits your needs and knows you deep, deep down as a person. Because this will lead you to feeling confident enough in yourself to make these changes, to feel like neglecting this sense of comfortability in order to pursue a better version of yourself is worth it and will benefit you in the future. And again, I'm not trying to mansplain psychology. I'm not trying to mansplain depression. I'm not trying to tell you who you are, who you have to be, that you have to heal. What I am saying is that I've been there. I've been there, and it's hard, and it sucks, and it genuinely feels like you have no idea who you are. But you are so much more than your depression, your anxiety, your mental health in general. Learning to let these things and these waves pass through you rather than consume you will change the way you view yourself as a person and change the way you view yourself as a patient too. You are not something that needs to be cured. You are just someone who needs help and guidance through these inhumane emotions. These emotions that make you feel like you are losing your mind. Sorry, itch break. Anyway, I don't know if that's all gonna go in the video, but that's all I have to say for now. I'm gonna go practice my speech, and I'll get back to you guys. Nothing to do with mental health, by the way. It's a speech about succeeding in business interviews, or job interviews, but yeah. I love you all. If you're watching this, I love you. I don't even have to know you. I know that because you've taken the time to come here today, that you put thought into this, and thinking for yourself takes so much effort when it would just be easier to stop thinking at all. So I applaud you for being here. I want to say that I've been there, and I want to say that truly, deep down from the bottom of my heart, it gets better. I feel like that one picture of that guy who's like kicking his feet. I feel like, is it a celebrity that does that, or like a bad person? I don't know. I'll find it later. Good morning, everyone. Today's the day. I kind of woke up in a panic because I don't have to leave until 7:45, but in my head, I had to leave at 6:45. So when I woke up 30 minutes before I was supposed to leave, I was like, oh shit, I woke up late. And I'm so tired that like I didn't realize. Anyway, I'm gonna go take a shower and then get ready. Okay, I'm at the school 13 minutes early, but it's in this building I've never been to, and there wasn't parking for it. Like, usually the buildings are listed next to the parking lot names, like the buildings that are closest, and I couldn't find one. So I just parked at what I think is nearby, and I'm walking to try to find it, but I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, I just finished my first round. I did blank for like 5 seconds on one part, but the rest of it was solid and memorized. But I did like very obviously blank. So I think I got some points off of that, but other than that, I think I did pretty well. But now it's time for round 2, and I'll report back. Okay, my second round went so much better. Okay, but I made it to finals. So there was 35 competitors. They took the top 6. They're gonna go to finals, and you get ranked in that finals list. So I have one more round. I have to compete it, and then I have to go to work. So I can't say rewards, but I'll find out how I placed through my professor. So we'll see.
Taking third place, Bronwyn Wright. Bronwyn had to leave a little bit early, so. Okay, good. Yes. All right.
Hey people. So it is the next day. I wanted to film a quick outro. I wasn't able to yesterday because here's how my day went yesterday, first of all. Woke up at like 6 a.m.-ish, maybe 7. And I got to my speech competition for my first round at like 8:30, okay? Did my first round, did my second round, did my finals round, left by like 1:45-ish. Immediately went to a shift at my job from 2:30 till like 6:15, and then after that I went immediately to see my girlfriend in her production that she's doing it started at 7, but I stopped by Walmart. It doesn't matter. Got there, stayed to help them load their box truck because they're going to a competition today with all of their like props and stuff. So I didn't get home till like, and then I went home with my girlfriend. We got Wendy's, and so we didn't end up. It doesn't matter. I had a long day. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but I feel like it's important. Oh, I know why I'm telling you, because I wasn't able to film an intro yesterday. I didn't have a free second, which is fine. It's completely voluntary. So I got third. This is supposed to be like me pointing up to the sky, not like two. I got third. I will not lie. After I did my finals round, I was very, very confident in my place. I thought I would get first or second, but I also needed to realize that I have not done anything like this before. I think when it comes to stuff like this, I tend to do this thing where like I keep my expectations low, then I do really well, and they go up again because I'm like, wait, I kind of ate, and then, you know, it never, not never, but it doesn't go exactly as I planned. But I'm okay with it. I was only disappointed for like a second, and then I was like, I don't care. I got third place, and it was like against 40 people. Like, that's awesome. And like, I had so much fun. I got to talk with so many of my peers and see so many cool speeches and hear people that were like passionate about things, because, you know, even though they're informative speeches, it's about things that you're well versed in. So there was one girl that talked about beekeeping. There was another that talked about like the power of music. There was a guy in my second room who talked about Frederick Douglass and like the freedom through writing. And all of them were just like so cool, and like, so you could see the work that went into them, and that's the best part. Overall, this experience was something that I'm very, very happy that I did. I kind of just decided to put myself out there and not really care about the outcome, which I don't necessarily know if that's healthy for every situation, but for this one, there was nothing I could lose. Like, the worst they could say is like, oh, you got last place, your speech was buns. I need to realize that some people didn't even place in the top 6. Some people didn't even get to perform in a final round and may have been working on their speech for months. So, also the people who got first and second were also wonderful. If you ever find yourself wanting to get out of your comfort zone, I highly recommend doing something like this. The best thing that my professor told me is that people get so nervous, but everyone there is rooting for your success. Like, everyone in your rooms, your audience wants you to succeed, even if they're your competitors. Like, no one wants to see you fail. And if you just go in with that mindset, you don't care what people think, because they are there to watch you succeed as much as you want to, you know. Anyways, thank you guys for coming along on this journey to speech with me. If you liked it, let me know. Subscribe. Tell me in the comments. I would love to talk to you guys about, you know, stuff you're scared of with public speaking, how to help, etc. I'm here for you guys. With that being said, I'm gonna go and get ready for my haircut, and I'll see you guys in my next, oh my god, I guess my next nap. Goodbye.